Writers use nouns that are specific to express their ideas precisely. Let's practice using specific nouns in our own work. Make sure that you have the Learn Zillion practice sheet in front of you. You'll be using it throughout this video. Let's review nouns. A noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. For example, in the sentence, I want a car, car is a noun because it is a thing. Go ahead and look at the next two sentences and underline the nouns on your practice sheet. Press pause now and then press play when you are finished. Okay, let's see how we did. In the second sentence, the word things is the noun. In the third sentence, places is a noun. Writers need to choose their words carefully. Good writing uses specific nouns to express ideas precisely. For example, in the sentence, I want a car, the noun car is not very specific. It could be any kind of car. My idea hasn't been expressed very precisely. How can I get my point across more clearly? Well, I know that I personally want a Mustang convertible. That would be awesome. If I use the noun Mustang convertible, my reader now has a much more precise image of me zipping along with the roof down. Mustang convertible is much more specific than car. Let's look at the other two sentences to see how I tried to improve my writing by making my nouns more specific. I took the noun things and I gave examples of things I love to do. I wrote, I love playing flashlight tag, swimming, and hiking. In the next sentence, I took the noun places and painted a very clear picture for my reader when I used the nouns zoo and amusement park. I started drafting a persuasive letter about the negative effects of too much homework, and when I reread it, I noticed I used vague nouns. Press pause and read my paragraph to yourself, looking for vague nouns. Hit play when you're done. Okay, maybe you noticed my vague nouns also. Let's work together and look closely at my letter one sentence at a time. Let's look at my first sentence. I think that homework has a negative effect on students because they don't have time for things after school. So when I look at my writing, I need to ask myself, am I using sharp, precise nouns? First, circle the nouns that are vague and could be more specific. Pause the video and press play when you have finished. Okay, in this sentence, you should have circled the word things. Now that I know I used a noun that wasn't sharp and precise, I need to ask myself, can I change this noun with an example to be more precise? I think I can. I'm going to change things to specific ideas, their own sports, activities, and hobbies. Now that I've used precise nouns, my reader has a better idea of what I'm trying to say. Let's examine another sentence from my draft. Kids like watching sports too because of the exciting moments that happen at the games. Ask yourself, am I using sharp, precise nouns? Try again to find the nouns that are vague and could be more specific, and circle them. Pause the video and press play when you're finished. Okay, I circled two nouns in this sentence. I circled sports and moments. And now I ask myself if I can change these nouns to make them more specific examples. I need to be more specific about sports and about moments. I revised my sentence to provide more specifics about both, and now my sentence provides a precise image for my reader. Kids like watching games and matches, too, because of the action-packed competition and exciting rivalries. Okay, here is one last sentence to consider. For example, they won't have time to practice sports after school when they have too much homework. Ask yourself, am I using sharp, precise nouns? Try again to find the nouns that are vague and could be more specific and circle them. Pause the video and press play when you are finished. All right, let's take a look at what you circled. I circled the words sports and homework. They just weren't specific enough. I actually circled another word that happens to be a pronoun because I thought it was vague. Remember that a pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. I circled the pronoun they because it isn't precise and I think I can make it sharper. Now I'm going to ask myself, can I change these nouns to make them more specific? Ask yourself the same question. How could you replace these nouns so that they would be more specific? Press pause and try this on your own. When you're finished, press play and we'll compare our answers. Okay, I'm sure you came up with great ways to make these nouns more specific. Let me share my revision with you. I wrote, for example, a basketball player likely would not have time to practice her foul shots or run sprints if she has math problems, lab reports for science, and vocabulary practice to finish. Using specific nouns really makes my ideas clear to my reader. Okay, I've worked my way through my paragraph asking myself, am I using precise specific nouns? And can I change these nouns to make them more specific? Now I have a revised paragraph. Press pause and read my revisions to yourself, and see how much more vivid the precise nouns make the meaning of the text. Welcome back, and thanks for reading my revision. Providing specific examples really helped me to get my point across. Now it's your turn. Identify the vague nouns in these two sentences, and then rewrite them using specific nouns to make your writing more precise. These are on your practice sheet. Press pause and rewrite the sentences with specific nouns that make your writing more precise, and then go ahead and press play. Great work! Now, try editing your own writing. Find two sentences from your writing where you use nouns that are vague or unclear. Turn the nouns into nouns that are more specific to help you express your ideas precisely. From now on, remember to always do this in your writing. Using specific nouns will give your reader a better understanding of what you are trying to say.